Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. War in Europe feels a little less inevitable as Russia says it's pulling back some troops from the Ukrainian border, but U.S. and NATO leaders say they can't verify those claims. Ben Wolfgang and Dave Boyer report Russia says detachments in Belarus will soon return to their permanent bases, and that other troops in Ukraine's Crimea region are also ending exercises. Russian President Vladimir Putin said after a 3-hour meeting with visiting German Chancellor Olaf Scholz that his country is open to another round of negotiations with the West. President Biden used an afternoon speech at the White House to again urge Putin to change course and de-escalate the long-running military standoff. The commissioner of the IRS acknowledges that the tax agency faces enormous challenges in providing service this year, but he says taxpayers should direct their anger at Congress for not providing enough money. Stephen Dinan reports Charles Rettig said in an op-ed for Yahoo that cost-cutting as well as the pandemic has starved his agency of the employees and technology it needs to process returns, answer questions, and chase after tax cheats. Rettig says the IRS received 120 million calls for assistance during filing season last year and was only able to answer less than 20% of them. He signaled that's likely to continue this year. Justices on the Supreme Court are more vocal than in prior decades, but court watchers are split on whether they should bow to pressure and weigh in on the political debates over their rulings. Legal affairs reporter Alex Sawyer reports some associate justices have tried to defend their work and insisted they're not swayed by partisan concerns when issuing rulings and dissents. A Supreme Court spokesperson said an official count of public statements and speeches by the justices isn't available, but court watchers and reporters are hearing more from them outside of the courtroom. Justice Sonia Sotomayor warned in remarks at New York University last week that she sees a potential crisis as politicians and media question the legitimacy of the court. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. If you don't have access to the Times yet, you can visit WashingtonTimes.com/George for a special subscription offer. Attorneys for former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman have filed a motion in federal court slamming special counsel John Durham's accusations of a broad spying operation against Donald Trump. Jeff Murdoch reports Sussman's attorneys have demanded a federal judge remove sections of Durham's latest filing, arguing that it could taint the jury pool. The attorneys have also called for Durham to be sanctioned for conduct which abuses the judicial process. Durham claimed in a filing over the weekend that attorneys from Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign funded the infiltration of servers at Trump's residences to gin up derogatory information about him. And finally, mental health specialists say police officers are increasingly dealing with issues stemming from post-traumatic stress disorder. Jeff Murdoch reports an estimated 17 to 35% of the nation's police officers have experienced PTSD or depression at some point in their careers, according to a 2020 Northern Illinois University survey. PTSD can arise among officers from physical attacks and distressing situations, such as encountering abused children or individuals who are deceased. The effects include substance abuse, sleeplessness, and unprovoked aggression, which can all impair judgment. 19 officers have died by suicide so far this year, according to data from Blue Help, a nonprofit that works with officers that are dealing with mental health issues. The pace is similar to that of 2021, when 153 officers took their own lives. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us on every major podcast platform. Just search Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.